y'all know me. I come in when I'm confident. Thank you. We're gonna see.
Yo, what's good, folks? Welcome back. Another episode of the Fantasy. Got Sean in here, got Twan in here, got Mech in here. We just wrapped up week 4. You know what I'm saying? We're heading into week 5. About to give y'all some startums, some sit-ems. We also got some buy lows and sell highs for y'all. If you're here, it's your first time here, definitely subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the Fantasy on YouTube. We're also on all podcast platforms. So if you rather listen to your content, you can check us out. Spotify, Apple, anywhere you get podcasts, you can find us there. What else do we got? We got social media. You know what I'm saying? You want to follow us on social media. The Fantasy with SJT on Instagram and the Fantasy SJT on Twitter and TikTok. So
man, tune in, man.
Big facts.
Tune in. Definitely subscribe, man. We got the calls here waiting for you, man.
Big facts. Yeah.
We giving
definitely cash on that.
Advice,
Austin Eckler 2
good
touchdowns.
Good content.
Did I tell you that? Did I tell you that?
Nah, my man P shared it with me.
But I had
At the end of the day, you got good calls here, man.
Yeah. I had like a you know, are you familiar with like the round robins?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I put in a round robin with like a Chris Olave touchdown, the Austin Eckler 2 touchdowns, also the first score for Austin Eckler.
Yeah,
but that didn't hit. The first score didn't.
Oh,
so
first touchdown.
I just got the Chris Olave and the Austin Eckler 2. So that was popping. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? We do this like literally back to back weeks. We've had pretty good calls on this show. So you know what I'm saying? Tune in. We're doing this all football season long. So let's even look back at how we did last week with the calls and everything, with the startums and the sit-ems. Let me pull
shitty on the running backs. All the niggas went off with the sit-ems.
The running backs?
Yeah, bro. Everybody. Dobbins, Miles Sanders. Somebody.
Let's see. All right, so Twan had the startums pretty decent. You only off on 5 joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of what? 4 times 5 out of 20 joints. That's pretty hard. Any joints that Marcus Mariota was kind of like you said, he was like a sleeper.
That was like my sleeper.
He was trying to catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
He should have a big game. You know, the Browns defense I guess they stepped it up last week, but Mariota, I think he only attempted 17 passes in that game.
Yeah,
I think he did up. So it wasn't too big of a deal. I don't know what happened with Gabe Davidson. The weather affected that game big time. I didn't know it was going to rain like that. Amari Cooper, like we said, I was banking on consistency. He was boom or bust. So that was his bust game. Hopefully he bounces back this week. Darren Waller. Darren Waller, I don't know what's going on with Darren Waller, man. Temper your expectations
with the Raiders.
And the Colts as a whole, man, I don't know, man. The Colts, it's like my man, if anybody tuned in yesterday, I don't know what's going on with the Colts, man. They can't produce no turnover worthy plays on defense, so it's more to look into there too. But overall, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, decent day. On the sit-em side, still decent other than the running back group, you know what I'm saying, and the wide receiver group, I guess. But good on the tight ends, the defense, quarterbacks. Justin Herbert, I don't know. There was just a lot of offense in that game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like so much offense in that game. And even though Austin Eckler, you know what I'm saying, went crazy, Justin Herbert was able to do a little bit of damage too. Miles Sanders had a big day. Like Twan said, this is looking like his breakout season for sure. He had 2 touchdowns, I think.
2 touchdowns, like 140, I think. So
yeah, big day for him. Who else is interesting on here? DJ Moore didn't necessarily have a good day. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't necessarily have a good day, but
he had a good PPR day. But
yeah.
You get that many targets, something's bound to happen.
Bound to.
How many targets? Yeah,
I think he had 11.
Yeah, bound to.
6 catches.
But all right, that's cool. That's last week, but you know what I'm saying. We're moving onward. New week. New startums and sit-ems list. So we can go ahead and get into that. Pull these startums up.
we got Joey B at Baltimore. After a slow start, Joe Burrow the last two games had 20 or more fantasy points. The Ravens give up. Quarterbacks averaged 23 fantasy points against the Ravens this season. Last year, Joe Burrow's first matchup, he threw for 416 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Ravens. And then the second matchup, he threw for 525 yards and 4 scores.
Jeez.
That's nearly 1,000 yards.
2 games. Big day for Burrow coming
Big day
up.
for Burrow. He always shows up against the Ravens.
Domination.
I feel like Jamar Chase, Higgins, like all the playmakers involved for the Cincy. I like him all this week. I love Joe Burrow at Baltimore this week. He's a good start. Coming in number 2, Tom Brady. He got back on track last week. Threw for 385 and 3 touchdowns. Last year in 2 matchups, against the Falcons, he threw for 276 and 5 touchdowns. And then the second matchup, he threw for 368 and 4 scores. So fire up Tom Brady with confidence this week. He has the Falcons number. I feel like he's back on track. He should keep rolling this week versus the Falcons. Coming in with 3, we got Russ. He cooked last week, 27 fantasy points last week. I like Russ again this week. No Javonte Williams out there, so I feel like they're going to have to rely on Russ a lot. Melvin Gordon should get a ton of touches in this one also. But I feel like Russ continues to cook this week versus Indy. Like we just talked about, their defense is not the same as it was last year. They're not stopping anyone, so I like Russ again this week. Number 4, Aaron Rodgers, man. I feel like he's due for a 4 touchdown day. 3 or 4 touchdowns. He's due. He's Aaron Rodgers. I feel like he's due. They might try to get the ground game going, but I feel like it's going to be a balanced day, and I feel like Rodgers is going to, he's Aaron Rodgers. He's a Hall of Fame guy. I feel like he knows he's due for a 3-4 touchdown game. I think the last 2 weeks he threw for 2 touchdowns. I feel like this is a 3 or 4 touchdown day for Aaron Rodgers going against the Giants. That wraps up my quarterback starters for the week.
We're going to see.
We're going to see, man. Dom's going to be a beneficiary.
We're going to see.
We're going
to see about one of them.
All right, coming in number 1, Leonard Fournette.
If you watch football, you know Leonard Fournette last week had 3 carries for -3 yards. But he made up for it in the pass game. He had 7 catches for 57 in the tug. I feel like he gets it going on the ground in this one against the Falcons. I like all Buccaneers in this one. I feel like they're going to roll against the Falcons. So I feel like if Tom Brady's moving the ball, I feel like that means more opportunities for Leonard Fournette to score touchdowns. I feel like he should have a lot of goal-to-goal opportunities in this one. And I like Fournette against the Falcons. Coming number 2, Jeff Wilson Jr. He's looking good. Filling in for Elijah Mitchell. Every time Jeff Wilson Jr. fills in, he plays great. I like he's topped over 75 yards in his 3 starts. The volume is there for Jeff Wilson playing in the Kyle Shanahan offense. I like him to continue rolling against a bad Carolina rush defense. I love Jeff Wilson this week. He's a starter for me. Fire him up with confidence. Number 3, Alvin Kamara. Surprising guy on the list. He hasn't played well this year. He's been out with a rib injury, but I like him this week against Seattle. They gave up 104 yards and 2 scores to Jamal Williams last week. So if Kamara is there, even if it's Mark Ingram, I like Mark Ingram if Kamara doesn't suit up.
No, you don't.
But I do.
You don't, man. You don't.
I like Mark Ingram.
Personally, you don't, man. You don't, bro.
I really do like Mark Ingram in this one.
You gotta pull it, bro. Mark Ingram, bro, is done.
He's not.
He's not even. No.
They got rid of the Latavius.
What I texted you last week, bro. It took everything in me to not grab Ingram, and a great thing I did not.
They played last week.
They played the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
I mean, great, and they're terrible.
They're terrible.
It's terrible.
But
So
still,
I mean, hey.
But still, we're gonna stick to Kamara. He's the one on the starting list.
I mean, yeah.
Fire Kamara up this week if he's in there. I feel like this is his big game. If you're a Kamara owner, I know you've been sad this year from his performance.
Fair sad.
But this is the week. This is the week he bounces back. Big week for Kamara versus Seattle. Bryce Hall. I feel like he's taking the job over from Michael Carter. I feel like the volume is going to continue to go up. And I like him this week versus Miami. I feel like they're going to try to get him going early. They don't really have a their pass game is below average with Joe Flacco in there. So I feel like they're going to rely on Brees Hall to make things happen out there. The young rookie, he has the fresh legs. He's ready to go. I like him this week versus Miami.
Oh shit.
Mike Thomas, if he plays, that's a big F. If he plays, I don't know. He didn't practice today, but Seattle gave up 384 yards to receivers against Detroit, and they didn't have Amon St. Brown out there. So I feel like a big day for Michael Thomas if he plays. There should be plenty of opportunities out there for him, but he's still dealing with that toe injury. So, like I said, it's a big if he plays. But if he does, I like Michael Thomas versus Seattle. I like all the receivers. I like Olave. I like everyone against Seattle. They couldn't stop a nosebleed last week. I think it continues this week versus Saints. Drake London. This one is just because I feel like Atlanta's going to be playing from behind. I feel like Tampa is going to roll in this one. So I like Drake London to see a ton of targets in this one. Garbage time, like my man Ross always say. I feel like this is going to be a garbage time game for all the Falcons guys out there. Kyle Pitts. So, yeah, I like Drake London in this one at Tampa. Number 3, Christian Kirk versus Houston.
It's Indy.
They play Indy this week?
Houston.
No, they play
Now
Houston.
they play Houston. Damn, my bad.
Houston plays.
Yeah, they play Houston.
Yeah. Christian Kirk, they versed their they play Houston this week at home.
Christian Kirk plays for what?
Play for the Jags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they play Houston this week.
Yeah.
It's Houston, man. And Christian Kirk has been on the road this season. He didn't have a big game last week, but I feel like he bounces back this week against Houston. You should see a ton of targets in this one. I like all the Jaguars players in this one. So Christian Kirk, big week for him. Chris Godwin. Last week, Godwin came back
strong.
He was hurt. He played 81% of the snaps last week, ran 45 routes, and was targeted on 20% of his routes in that one. And he saw 10 targets. So I see a big game from Tom. That means I see a big game from Chris Godwin versus Atlanta. I like all the Buccaneers guys. I like Mike Evans in this one. I like Chris Godwin. Julio Jones don't like as much. Deep in flex guy, but I feel like this is going to be a big game for Godwin versus Atlanta. And then Kyle Pitts. Just like I said about Drake London, I feel like Atlanta's going to be down early in this one, so they're going to be pass heavy. No Cordell Patterson in this one also, so I feel like they're going to throw the football. They only threw the ball 17 times last week. That's going to change. I feel like Mariota is going to have to throw the ball 25, 30 times in this one to try to keep up with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in this one. So that's the only reason I like Pitts. I don't feel like Atlanta has a chance in this game, but they're going to be playing from behind.
I don't like Pitts, bro.
A lot of passes being thrown. You don't like Pitts. You got him on your set him?
I don't got Pitts on the set him because I don't think that he's
worth it. He's not even worthy of it.
He's not even there.
So why are we talking about Pitts right now?
He's not even there. Like he's gone.
Is he?
I mean, for now.
He hasn't done anything.
I mean, like you think about the guys that we have on this list for the past like 2, you know what I'm saying, it's dating back to week 2. So I mean, nah, bro. I mean, you gotta want to start him. So
I like Kyle.
This potential that
you want him to blow.
Because the game's
gonna blow up.
I definitely see what you're saying with Drake London and Kyle. They're going to be down big in this game. If anybody watches us on Tuesday and Sunday, definitely take the spread on this game. They're going to be down big. So I would definitely maybe Kyle Pitts might shine. Mariota going to be running for his life out there. Who knows? But at the same time, I don't know, man. Kyle Pitts, the coach don't seem interested in getting him involved in the game plan at all.
I think that this is the week.
I hope it is, but I don't see
Mariota. I think he's going to throw more passes this week than he did all season. So that's the only reason I see it for Pitts. And
not another 13 pass game. Like, you can't do it.
So he's going to have to throw the ball in this one. Tyler Higbee, volume. My man saw 14 targets last week. 14. How many tight ends out here getting 14 targets? Hawkinson. That fluke ass shit.
I say
Kelsey.
Hawkinson shit was fluke. Come on, bro.
I mean, he was the only guy there.
You can't say it's fluke.
He was the only guy there.
That game was just crazy.
It was a matchup game.
It was
crazy. It was.
You play fantasy about matchups, bro.
Big fact.
Matchups.
So
playing the matchup
I
right
feel
now.
like Higbee should be in starting lineups moving forward.
Sean think he the only one that could forecast good games and bad games.
Look,
he said that's
look,
so
that's
that's so
look,
funny.
I feel you, dog. I feel you.
Like, I like-
man trying to say
Nah, I like
it's
to
cool,
see
you
it
know
come
what
from
I'm saying?
both.
It is,
I like to see it come from
what
both
it is,
ways,
it is.
man.
Facts, big
I
facts.
like it.
Right,
I like
right,
it.
right.
If I hit, you hit. We both.
Yeah,
hit.
hey, we both hitting. It makes the show
Yeah,
that much
hey,
better,
tune
bro. But we got
in,
we got a little
tune
bit
in.
of conflict with some of the players on here because some of your players on the stardoms and some of my players on the sit
I
So
love it.
That's a
So,
fact.
we're gonna
yeah.
see.
That's why the
Hey,
analysis
hey,
is important.
Exactly.
You got to hear the why. You got to hear the
It's
why.
very important.
But yeah, Tyler Higbee, 14 targets last week. I feel like
Mhm.
he should be in starting lineups moving forward. Matt Stafford is looking his way.
I agree.
So yeah, Tyler Higbee, fire him up with confidence. John, get Kyle Pitts out your lineup. I'd rather start Tyler Higbee.
But you got Kyle Pitts as your number one.
I know. But
All right.
no, he's not my number one. It's just the way.
It's just the order. It's just. It's just four of them. It's just four of them.
Just the order it was
I'm
sent
gonna
in.
let the
Yeah.
people know. Like when I have 1, 2, 3, 4, it's not the order of who
Who you
think
like
is
the
number
most or
one.
who
It's
you like
just,
the worst.
Those are my starters.
That's true.
But we can change it. I mean, but
No, that's fine.
That's true.
so Hunter Henry, I like him versus Detroit. This is like a little deep play right here. I wanted to go deep at the tight end, but I like Hunter Henry. Jonnu Smith is out, and they're playing Detroit, who's ranked 24th against tight ends. I feel like whoever's at quarterback, is going to have to find Hunter Henry. They only have Devontae Parker. He's the only other receiver I can name on the team besides Jacoby Myers, which I don't know if he's playing this week. So I feel like Hunter Henry could see a good amount of targets in this one, and he has potential to score a touchdown. Like, Detroit. It's like every team that plays them, they just
Go off.
go off.
Yeah.
It's like Detroit
Literally.
throws for hella
Nah,
yards,
for
they
real.
throw for
Yeah.
hella yards. It's like
There's
a lot
no
of yards.
neither team plays
Yeah,
defense when they come to
nobody
town.
plays defense.
Like, what the
It's
fuck
like
is going
everyone's
on?
Nobody
putting up
plays
crazy
defense
amount
when
of
they play
yards
these guys.
and
So
points. So
But that makes me think like, damn, is Detroit's offense actually like nice?
I feel like
Are
it's
they
good.
nice
It's
and their
solid.
defense is like really trash?
I would say they're competent. It's
Yeah.
competent. But at the same time, Seattle's defense is trash. So
Yeah, I
we'll
mean,
see.
but they also played the Eagles this year. They played us. Who else did they play?
The Broncos?
The Broncos. Did they play the Broncos yet?
yeah, week
Yeah.
1, they beat them.
Okay,
It's the
yeah.
only win they had.
Who, Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the only win that the Seahawks have.
Oh no, I'm talking about Detroit putting up numbers against, I don't know, decent defenses.
I mean, they played Washington. They played Philly's defense week 1. I would say that.
Mhm.
They played.
They put up, I think, 38 points against them or something like that.
Shit.
And then they played Seattle.
Yeah, they played Seattle.
All right.
Say, anybody playing Detroit, you fire them up.
Liable to go for
Facts,
30.
yeah, I like it.
But yeah, Logan Thomas is my next guy versus Tennessee. With Dotson out, I feel like he should see more targets in this one.
Mhm.
Tennessee's ranked 27th against tight ends. So I like Logan Thomas this week. I'm not going to guarantee a touchdown here.
I was about to say you call. I was just about to say, bro, you should call this, man. You should call this. Hey, you should call this. You
Call
should call
what?
this. You should call a TD anytime.
for
Any
Logan?
He's gonna
TD
score
score
a
on
touchdown
Logan
here?
for sure. I would definitely go, bro.
You think so, man?
100%.
Anytime
I
touchdown
mean-
for Logan.
I mean, I would call that.
The way
I think
I think
you should call that.
Tennessee is trash against tight ends.
I think
Nah, they
Tennessee
are.
is
They
trash
ranked 27th
overall
against
I mean, they're trash overall, yes.
in regards to defense, but I think
Yeah.
you should call that, bro. You should call that, man.
You gonna tell him to call it. You call it.
I'll call Logan Thomas anytime touchdown scoring.
He said,
next
call
week
it, Sean. He
because
said, call
I think
it.
that potentially we might see a quarterback change in Washington this week. We might see a quarterback.
Oh,
change.
really?
Sam
We
Howell?
might-
You
we
calling
might.
that? You calling that?
I might.
Really?
I mean,
Or Tyler Heineke?
from what-
Who
wait.
you think comes
Really?
a lot of people are saying finish the starters, bro.
So my thing is,
Now let's stay here real quick. Let's stay
We're
real
gonna
quick.
talk about that. I think Sam Howell should get the start only because we should see what he can do. Only because we know what Tyler Heineke can do.
I mean, but
why?
Taylor,
what,
Taylor,
y'all are ready to give up on
Taylor-
Carson Wentz
I mean,
through 5 weeks and we just signed him?
I'm not. I'm kind of not.
And
the
he was QB5. I mean, top 5 for the first
Yeah.
2 weeks. So like,
The
he's
reason
capable.
the reason
And this is
why-
a guy that doesn't like. I don't like Carson Wentz.
Yeah,
I'm just
I mean,
playing devil's advocate.
I'm a Carson Wentz guy. The reason why I'm not really ready to give up on him is because look, in week 3 he played Philly. Philly's one of the top 5 defenses. Then he played Dallas, top 10 defense. Like he played some tough division game defenses to where, like, and they know Carson. There's familiarity there. You know, there's some type of they know him because he played with them. He played with the Eagles before.
Mhm.
I'm not going to necessarily say it was 4 scoring 7 years ago. But at the same time, I'm gonna sit here and say, like, yo, like they know Carson a little bit. Those were 2 of the top 10 defenses in the league. You saw what he did against Jacksonville, destroyed. He played well against Detroit, destroyed. So he gets a team outside the division. He might destroy Tennessee.
But
Dawson not being there, I think that Logan Thomas does get the TD, but I think that if Carson doesn't play well, we need to give Sam a look because we're going to be potentially 1-4.
yeah, my rebuttal to that is like, yeah, we played Dallas and the Eagles, but you getting paid $28 million. You're supposed to show up against those teams, not only the bum
100%.
teams. You know, what I mean?
100%.
Like
100%. But I guess my thing is you're
on
paying
this contract.
You're getting
We didn't
paid.
pay. We didn't.
said we
We
didn't-
didn't give him
But we're-
that.
but
We
we're-
inherited that.
yeah, but we traded for that. Like,
I mean, we did.
we could have.
we did.
We could have kept.
We
Heineken.
did.
Kept
But we
Heineke,
also,
that's what I'm saying.
but we
Like,
also,
after 4
we
games,
also,
you're just
we
gonna move
also,
on?
we also thought that he was going to be. He should have be. If he was 2-2 right now, if he beats the Lions, then hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Maybe it's either he needs to go or Scott Turner needs to go.
Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to be accountable for this.
Or Ron Rivera.
Or Ron Rivera.
Or Ron Rivera.
It's
We
about
need to
that
pay
time.
Andy Reid $600 million.
It's about that time. Yeah. No, that's crazy. I feel like Carson. That's a short lease type of thing. Because once you take him, once you sit him, you can't go back from that.
Yeah, you can't go
You know
back.
what I'm saying? There's no turning back in
all right,
situations like that.
Carson,
All right, we made a mistake.
No, I went out, man. I went
Can't
out.
do that.
I went out. I'm a top tier quarterback. I went out.
I like the Dolphins at the Jets.
I like it.
The Jets are the Jets. They have Joe Flacco playing quarterback. I think his days in the NFL are done. He's just getting a look just because he plays.
No,
for
they
the
got
Jets.
Zach in there now.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah,
started?
Zach played.
Oh.
Zach started last week.
Oh,
So
did he?
yeah, Zach started last week.
Damn, that's how you know I ain't been watching the Jets.
That's
But,
what you watching the Jets. Who is watching the
So
Jets?
good.
Zach Wilson's back.
He's back.
He's back, man.
It
He's
is.
back.
He's not relevant, but yeah, that makes it
he
even
is.
better. I feel like I like the defense even better now with Zach Wilson back. I feel like the Dolphins are going to come out. They're going to get sacks, turnovers in this one. I'm gonna guarantee a touchdown for the Dolphins defense this week at the Jets. There
But
it
not
is.
Logan Thomas.
You heard it here first. I felt it in my gut right there, man.
I mean, yeah, you did. You did.
Can't
you
force
did.
it.
You
Can't
definitely-
force it.
Yeah, you definitely felt that. I like
The
this next one though.
Jaguars
I want to
versus-
hear it.
versus Houston. Jacksonville's defense right now is ranked number 5 in fantasy.
5.
Number 5, and they're going against Houston, one of the bottom offenses
Offensive
in the
team.
league.
Yeah.
So I like Jacksonville a lot in this one. I feel like they're gonna come out, get sacks, turnovers as well. I'm not gonna guarantee a touchdown here. I'm gonna stick with the Dolphins, but I love the Jaguars defense versus Houston. Jaguars is a very improved team this year. And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Facts.
Broncos versus Indy. No Jonathan Taylor in this one. I still like the Broncos when he was there, but I like him even more now with Naheem Hines. Matt Ryan is not playing good football right now. Can't get Michael Pittman the ball. I love the Broncos defense. Like I said before, I feel like Indy's not going to be able to run the ball, so they're going to be predictable. So the Broncos are just going to fire those defensive ends and let them loose, and they're going to get at Matt Ryan, and he's going to be scared. You know, when Matt Ryan gets pressured, what he does, he throws interceptions. So I see that in this one. So I love the Broncos defense this week. Number 4, Saints versus Seattle. This is not going to be like last week where Seattle put up 45 points. The Saints have a good run defense. The secondary's solid. And again, Geno Smith, you never know with him. He's another guy that forces the ball. He throws turnovers, so throws interceptions. So I like the Saints defense this week versus Seattle. I feel like all these defenses could potentially put up 9 or more points, and that's what you want in your defense.
Mhm.
So, yeah, those wrap up my defense, and those wraps up the stardoms for this week.
All right, bet. There's definitely a
Start those
couple
guys,
of-
man. Start those guys out there.
There's a couple of conflicting joints. You know
Let me see
what
what
I'm
the
saying?
fuck Tui's got. I
So
forgot
we're
what
gonna
you
get
had
into
on
that
your
in a
shirt.
second, but we're gonna take a quick little commercial break and then we'll get into the sit on. Another episode of Early.
To the future looking nice.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Took a bite of the Big Apple. Brooklyn right off Nose Tram. I'm on another plane, I'm on another road. And I sold my seats right where I stand. Frequent visits to the garden, I'm spinning the
When I
block,
see
tell
money
them what
move,
I
I live it.
started.
Something like that, yeah.
Sunshine, but when it rains, best believe I'm drippy in the autumn. They be quick to forget, man. I'm quick to remind them exactly what the fuck I taught them. Come to think of it, I ain't think about it. If I'm overthinking,
Number 1 on my list is gonna be my man Trevor Lawrence. You know, I mean, this could backfire on me because Trevor Lawrence is a QB 15 right now, fantasy.
Yeah, he's playing well this year.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good. But last week, you know, he came back to earth. He didn't do too much against the Philly defense, a formidable defense. The Texans have actually been solid against QBs this year. So I would definitely temper your expectations here. The Texans have played, Matt Ryan, he had 15.2. Russell Wilson had 10.3. Justin Fields had 4.7. I mean, it's Justin Fields. I'm not expecting much from him. But last week, even Jalen Hurts had 15.8. This is all against the Texans defense. Oh no, I apologize. Because Jalen Hurts played Jaguars last week. But regardless, they've been solid. They played Justin Fields, 4.7. Russell Wilson had 10.3. Matt Ryan had 15.2. I think that this division game is going to be closer than what people think. I would definitely bench. I would bench Trevor Lawrence this week versus Houston. I mean, a lot of people think that he's going to do what Justin Herbert did. I don't see it. I think it's going to be a division game. It's going to be close. Even though they're playing at home, Houston. Lovie Smith, he's going to dial it up on defense. I like Trevor Lawrence to have like a moderate game here, below average type game here in the division game. Next guy on my list, I might get chewed out for this is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, this one could backfire as well for sure. The reason why this could backfire is because Kyler Murray is an elite quarterback. He's elite, man. And when I say that he's elite, he averages 20.3 fantasy points per game. You're definitely starting this guy. No matter who the matchup is, no matter who's out there, you're starting Kyler Murray week in and week out. But he hasn't played nobody like Philadelphia. Like Philadelphia this year, man, to everybody who has Philly defense, I give you props. I didn't see it before the year, but right now they're balling. He's played Kansas City, he's played Las Vegas, he played the Los Angeles Rams and the Panthers, who are mid-tier compared to Philly this year. So I think that he's gonna be running for his life out there, and not running for his life making plays, running for his life. Like if Fletcher Cox gets a hold of him, he might take a play off. So we'll see. I think that he gets the advantage because he's at home, but I definitely expect some turnovers from Kyler Murray this week in the passing game. And Marquise Brown not going to be making spectacular catches like last week because that corner is going to be Darius Slay out there. Temper your expectations out there in Philly.
Hold on. I hear you talking about Philly defense, that the teams they played Detroit,
All right.
Minnesota, okay, Washington,
okay,
and Jacksonville.
Okay.
I feel like Philly is 4-0 because of the teams they played. Yeah, they're beating the teams in front of them, but I don't feel like Philly's defense is going to come out and stop Kyler Murray.
Do you think the Cardinals offense is good?
I think Kyler Murray's good, and I feel like Kyler Murray can make things happen with his legs.
So you think he's going to get things done with his legs against Philly?
Yes.
Cool. How many fantasy points do you think he's going to have?
20 or more.
All right, I doubt it. But
20
that's
or more
cool.
for Kyler Murray.
That's cool. I doubt it. Highly doubt it.
All right, we're gonna come back.
Highly doubt it.
Hey,
Because a lot of that comes from him throwing dimes to Marquise Brown, who's going to be matched up with Darius Slay, one of the better corners in the league. Who's the other wideout? Because they just released who is the other wideout?
Kyler Murray. 20 more fantasy points.
Throwing passes to himself out there. And that's the guy on my list. I got Matthew Stafford. I don't know what's going on with Matthew Stafford. He looks awful this year. He looks terrible this year. His wide receivers outside of Cup. It's a far cry from last year. Van Jefferson's not out there. Odell's not out there. Allen Robinson's a shell of himself. Fucking Scout Rennick is not the answer. I'm praying for Allen Robinson. I'm really praying for Allen Robinson, man. I had him last year, but I thought he was going to have a good year. We both thought he was going to have a okay year, but you never know. Rondale Moore's a sleeper.
Don't sleep on
That was the
Rondale.
dude. That was he's the other receiver in Arizona.
Yeah, man.
Good luck.
Eagles by 10.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Brown about
look, bro.
shit on
Look,
Slay
bro.
Road.
Look, like I said, man. Like I said, I'm not going back on the Kyler thing. I just don't think he's going to have a good game. And look, and then Matthew Stafford's playing Dallas. I think Dallas D-line is going to get after him. I think that overall, though, I think that the Rams going to win this game. They're going to find a way to win this game. McVay's not going to drop 2 games in a row, especially not this one at home. And he can't drop this one against Dallas for personal reasons. But at the same time, I think the Rams get it done. I just think that Matthew Stafford's going to have a subpar game here. It might be closer than people think. The next guy I got on my list is Russell Wilson. My co-host here think that he's gonna cook this week. I don't see it. Indianapolis getting healthy on defense, and that's not good. That's not good for Russ. That's really not good for Russ. I hope that Shaquille Leonard plays this week. If that does, it's going to tighten up a lot of things. They don't got to worry about no run game. Javonte's not going to be there. Got Melvin Gordon, fumbleitis out there.
And that's
It's that's just going to help him throw the ball more. And
No,
Stephon Gilmore's out there,
saying-
and no
he's
slouch.
just gonna have to make.
All right,
He's
cool.
gonna have to make more things happen for his team to win. And Russ,
Say
I
it,
feel
Sean.
like he's
Say it,
getting-
Sean. Hey, Sean.
He's
Sean.
getting going.
Hey, Sean. That's right.
Russ is starting.
That's
to-
right. Sean, say it, bro. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Hey,
That's right.
I'm riding-
Anyway,
are you riding
anyway,
with Russell
bro.
Wilson or
I'm
not?
No,
riding
I
the
mean,
Russ
look,
train this week.
Look,
Riding
coming
the
off,
Russ train.
both these teams are coming off a loss. It's a short week. They play on Thursday. Thursday night games have been typically low scoring. They've all the unders have been hitting on Thursday night games. But they're gonna be playing. I think they're gonna be playing from behind. They're not gonna see no passing game work for real. I mean, I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. I think that the Indianapolis, even though Jonathan Taylor's not playing, I feel like they're gonna find a way to win this game. And
You got the Colts winning too.
yeah, man, I think the Colts win this game.
The Broncos aren't nothing to be scared of.
They're
Although the
nothing
Colts,
to be scared
we
of.
have been
Nothing.
talking about how the Colts
Nothing.
have been kind of underperforming,
Nothing.
but like
They
the
have.
Broncos, I feel like they've
They
been
have,
underperforming
man.
too. They just lost to the Raiders.
Yeah,
what
lost to the
I'm saying?
Raiders. I mean, the Raiders are nothing.
I mean, but the Raiders
Nothing to
coming in
scream
were
to
supposed
the
be a good
hills
team.
about.
They're
So what?
supposed to
You
be-
said now?
Raiders coming in were supposed to be a good team. So
Supposed to be.
I feel
Yeah,
like
and
the
then they went
Raiders-
0-3.
I feel like the
Then
Raiders-
things changed.
But I feel like the Raiders can compete with like,
Anybody?
almost any team
Yeah.
in the league. But
They've been losing.
Russ
have.
is about to cook this week. You heard it here. Yeah,
All right,
we're gonna
we'll
go back to this clip.
All right, we're gonna see Thursday. Tune in.
I agree with
Hey, look,
you.
Najee Harris is the first running back on my list. I got him as a set him. Look, it's his toughest matchup of the year. He's playing Buffalo. Anybody playing against Buffalo, it's just not
Tough
the
out.
matchup. It's not the matchup. It's not the matchup. You ask Lamar Jackson. It's not the matchup. So look, at the same time, he hasn't had more than 12 half-point PPR points this whole season.
Correct.
Look it up. This is the guy you drafted at top 5. This is a top 5 draft pick here. Come on, man. What's going on with Najee? It's the toughest matchup of the year. It's gonna be loaded boxes against Kenny Pickett out there. I mean, I come on, man. I don't see it, man. They're gonna be playing from behind. They're gonna be getting blown out. They're gonna be like, Najee, take a seat, man. We're gonna get Jalen Warren in there, or whatever. What's his name? Jalen Warren. Yeah, they're gonna get Jalen Warren in there, man. They're gonna be like, look, bro, like we're 14-point underdogs here in this game. It's a 14 points.
14 points.
Yeah, come on, man.
That don't happen.
Like that's
I
crazy,
think
bro. 14 points.
I saw a stat,
It-
bro.
it-
It's the Steelers have only been double-digit underdogs like 5 times in the last like 20 years.
Yeah, I saw. I think the stat
I think it was
they
like
haven't-
12.
They've never been since the merger. I think.
Oh yeah, but I think I saw something that was like in like the last 20 years they've been I think maybe 12 times, but won 5 times out of those 12. It was something crazy like that. But
Well, don't
they're
count
not winning
on
this
that.
one.
Don't
They're
count
not
on
winning
that
this
one
one.
here. Josh Allen and them, they're gonna come out there. They're gonna bust that ass.
But
I mean,
that 14-point spread is
probably.
probably the biggest I've seen.
Yeah, I mean,
with my own eyes in a minute.
I'm not rocking with the spread. I'm rocking with Buffalo winning the game. But at the same time, I mean, Najee Harris might break a big one. Who knows? It might be a garbage time.
You said you
touchdown,
don't see
but
them
at the same
covering
time-
that spread?
No, fuck no. I mean,
It's a lot of points
No,
for an
not
NFL
fuck
team.
no. I mean,
They could, but like you wouldn't bet on that.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah,
No,
but-
I would stay away from it. It's too big, man. Even if it was 10, I would bet on it. But I don't like Najee this week. You could prove me wrong because the top 5 pick, but who knows? I'm only putting studs on this list. All right, look, Jamal Williams had a solid game last week. Jamal Williams, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, man. He had a solid game last week, but I don't see it this week. Bill Belichick is going to dial it up. He saw it. Bill Belichick is in the film room like, yeah, we got to stop this guy. So if anybody that doesn't want to stop this guy, leave the room right now. Because this is the offense. Like if we shut down the run game, Jared Goff is a average quarterback who's looking like a top guy in fantasy right now. But hey, to each his own. Look, the Lions come back down to earth this week, I think. So I think, Aaron Jones had 16 carries for 110 last week, but I don't think that Jamal Williams is nearly on the caliber of Aaron Jones in regards to running the football. Jamal Williams is a great guy. So we talked about it. Great guy.
Great character.
No, great guy.
Great guy.
Definitely,
Great guy.
definitely invited to the cookout, man.
Love the
definitely,
guy.
Definitely an entertainer, man. But at the same time, I don't see it this week. I think Jamal Williams underperforms this week against a Bill Belichick-led Patriots defense.
I agree with the yards, but I think Jamal Williams scores a touchdown this week.
Cool. He can score a touchdown and still underperform.
I think he
At the
scores
same time, the next guy on my list, I got Christian McCaffrey. I know a lot of guys are going to give me a lot of heat about this, but I'm the guy that's going to jump out there and put it all on the line. So look, Christian McCaffrey
Put it all on the line.
at San Fran. San Fran's defense is tough, man.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, the Panthers offense, they look terrible with Baker in there. Like Baker Mayfield is the reason why he's on this list. It's not even Christian McCaffrey. It's not Christian McCaffrey. Even when I go to the wideouts, you're gonna see DJ Moore on there too. But at the same time, it's not because of those guys. It's because the guys that's responsible for getting in the football, and he's not gonna be able to run the football against San Francisco. So you guys Pass the ball.
So what does it sit him though? How many points? That's my question.
For Christian McCaffrey, so if Christian McCaffrey puts up 11 points, that's a set him to me. Even though I want my running back to put up 10 plus, for Christian McCaffrey, if you put up 11 points, you're a set him.
So I feel like he's a downgrade. I feel like he's a sit him.
I think he's a set him. And look, I don't think that he's going to get it done this week.
No.
All right, Christian McCaffrey below 10 points this week. I'm calling it right now. Cool. That's my call.
So
I
that
think-
takes
I
care of
look,
that.
I think that
that's
I mean
worse than the step
he can
on
win it.
Hicks.
He can win in the passing game, but it's a bad matchup. 49ers are second against running backs. I feel like they know they got coming to this game and only key on this guy. They're gonna have Fred Warner. They're gonna have the Trey Palomalu look-alike on that when he comes out the backfield. I feel like they're gonna know where this guy is every time he leaves. Every time he steps on the field, yo, let's go, lock in, let's go. They're gonna have it dialed up, ready for Christian McCaffrey. I'm ready for San Fran to shut this down. At San Fran and Levi's, come on, man. I mean, set them no, nah. Look. I mean, do y'all think that we need this? I need this.
He said
right?
everybody ain't supposed to agree. Everybody ain't supposed to
Say it
agree.
again.
I need it. I know.
Christian McCaffrey, how many
Everybody.
points?
Everybody's not supposed to agree. 9.8.
9.8. All right, you heard it here.
9.8. Christian McCaffrey. Hey, look, what I say a couple weeks back. Everybody has that bad week, and this is Christian McCaffrey's bad week. This is a terrible matchup for Christian McCaffrey. All right, the next guy I got on my list is Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny had a great game last week, but I mean, you don't get to play the Lions every week. You know, you don't.
I agree with this.
He didn't have more than 8 fantasy points before any start before last week. Like, you got this guy running all over New Orleans. Ask Dalvin Cook about that nonsense. No, it ain't happening. New Orleans defense is blown. They just lost out in London. Come on, they just lost out in London without their best players. Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara wasn't playing. They lost by 3. They need to mop the floor with these boys if them boys play. Like, I don't want to hear about that. New Orleans is 6 against the running backs. You can check out Dalvin Cook's 9.6 points last week to verify this. Holla at your boy next week when Rashad Penny does nothing. All right, we're gonna move on to the wide receivers. Michael Pittman. You know, Michael Pittman Jr. I wanted to write this 4 times on my notes. I really did. I really did. I wanted to write this 4 times on my notes.
He sit him for this week.
Patrick Surtain Jr., Patrick Surtain Jr., Patrick Surtain Jr., and Patrick Surtain Jr. If y'all don't know about number 2 by now, I need to tune into a Broncos game and just watch them play defense. Fuck Russ cooking. Fuck it. Just watch this nigga play defense.
Everything.
Watch this man. This man is locking up.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's locking up. He's nice. Broncos are the toughest against wide receivers. They're number 1.
Okay.
Why is that? Because you have to arguably
The best
you might,
corner.
you might have the best corner in the league.
That's crazy. Like, that best corner in the league title is like
It changes
it's
every
there,
year,
it's there,
bro.
it's there.
It changes every 2
Every
years.
3 games.
Every 2 years.
And that
shit changes,
guy is here. He's here to stay. I mean, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game Thursday night. I mean, Michael Pittman, there's no Jonathan Taylor. So who else? Who's the next guy? Oh, lock it up.
Pittman.
I'll take Naheem. If Naheem Hines beats us, cool. That means that the linebackers wasn't doing their job. But Michael Pittman beating us, that's terrible game planning. I'm not really feeling his quarterback either. Matt Ryan, some shit right now. I'm not feeling it. I got Michael Pittman as a center. Got other options. Look up the places. I got DK Metcalf next on my list. Look, he's starting to come alive. He had a huge game against Detroit. You know, he's been balling. He's been doing his thing. But it's Marshawn Lattimore week though, man. Come on, we're going to see how it looks. Marshawn Lattimore, he couldn't shut down Justin Jefferson, but DK is not Justin Jefferson. It's totally different players. I feel like Marshawn Lattimore is going to be able to stay with him. The Saints were key on him due to the lack of the run game. Rashad Penny's not going to be doing nothing. DeMario Davis is going to take care of that in the middle already. The Saints are pretty solid on defense. They may look weak, and the numbers are inflated. The numbers are inflated. The numbers are inflated. Who is that? Who's Facebook user? Put your name right now. Put your name out there. I need to know who you are, because if you call your shot, I need your shot. I need your shot. So, oh my God,
Talking about spicy.
I agree.
We're gonna see.
I agree.
I like it. Whoever Facebook user is right now, you don't want to show your name, then that's great. But at the same time, look, the Saints are solid on defense, man. The numbers look a little bit inflated. The 21st against the pass, but that's because Justin Jefferson as a wideout just went off on him. Justin Jefferson is top two wide receivers in the league, so can't take too much away. But like I said, I don't think DK does too much this week. I think the Saints gonna hold it down.
John, bro.
All right, John. Yeah, there we go. John. Hey, John. I'm glad to have you out here, man. All right, look, next we got Courtland Sutton. You know, I'm putting studs on the list, man. These are top guys right here. These top guys. And so, Thursday night game again. We're going back to the Thursday night game. As you can see, I'm taking the under on the Thursday night game. I'm a bet man. I'm taking the under. I don't think it's gonna be too much scoring in this game. It might be a motherfucking 17-21 type game, 17-20 type game. You never know. But at the same time, he's gonna get the Gilmore shadow. A lot of people are forgetting that Stephon Gilmore plays for Indy, so we're gonna see Colts will play better this week, knowing there's no adequate threat on the ground. I mean, Melvin Gordon, come on, man, he's not. He fumbled and Mike Boone was in there. Like they was like, nah, we can't even give you the rock no more. You're some trash. But at the same time, Judy's gonna be eating up the other corner. I don't got Judy on this list for a reason.
Who is the other corner?
Who knows? And that's why I think that Judy's gonna be eating that guy.
I don't know, man.
Judy's been doing okay. Cool. You can like Sutton in this game. That's great. Russell Wilson hasn't been playing great either. Outside of last week, Russell Wilson hasn't really done too much. So hey, I like Pittman to do nothing this game with Gilmore out there. The next guy on my list is DJ Moore. I mean, I feel like this is kind of like a scapegoat on this list. Pretty soon, me and my co-host gonna have to talk about not putting this guy on the list no more because I feel like it's just not fair no more, man. If DJ watches the show, if DJ did watch the show, I mean, I'm sorry, man. I know you're a Maryland guy. You my guy, dog. You my dog. I drive.
Hey, that's
you,
your dog.
That's
That's
my
every
dog.
year,
yeah,
man.
every year I drive DJ, man. That's my guy. But at the same time, man, I don't know where to start with him. It's not even you, bro. It's Baker. It's Baker. Just like I talked about your running back, bro. It's Baker, man. Until y'all make a change at quarterback, I don't see it happening. You know, I mean, it doesn't help that you're playing San Fran this week either. I mean, I'm gonna make a bold call right now. I did put a bold call in here. I think Baker gets benched this week, so I think that is one more week for the Moore and Robbie Anderson and McCaffrey owners. I think you got one more week of just being patient. But I think that Baker might see the pine after this week, man. I think it's gonna look bad. I think the gang gonna get after him. 49ers are 6 against wide receivers. Outside of Cooper Kupp, they don't got nothing like Cooper Kupp out there. So hey.
They held Cup without a touchdown. Didn't he have
Yeah,
touchdown?
He didn't have no touchdown.
He had no touchdowns. He had no touchdowns on
He had 140
So
yards, didn't he? Or 100 something yards.
Yeah, I mean, he
Yeah, like 10
million
catches.
targets.
He had like 19 targets.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, come on, bro. Allen Robinson had like 3.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm praying for Allen Robinson. But at the same time, yeah, man, I'm definitely benching DJ Moore. Hopefully, you do something on my bench so I can trade your ass. Fire Move is my number 1 tight end. I'm gonna sit him this week. Fire Move has been solid, man. He's a solid tight end, but it's a bad matchup, man. Like I said, he gets Buffalo this week, so they're third best against tight ends. To change that quarterback, I think that it pretty much leans towards wide receivers. It's more of like a Pickens and Deontay Johnson type deal right now. Even though I don't see much for Deontay Johnson, maybe Pickens might sneak one deep, but they're gonna be keying on Deontay and Fire Move. Fire Move gets big targets, so I think that the change of quarterback is gonna lean towards the wideouts. I think that they'll be up big. I think they're gonna be up big and take away Pitt's second best pass catcher so far this year. So I would temper my expectations for Fire Move for sure. Dalton Schultz, my next guy on the list. You know, he got a bad matchup this week. He's coming off of an injury. He didn't do shit last week against Washington. He had 0 yards on 3 targets. So I mean, the Rams are decent against tight ends, and I think that Cooper Rush is leaning more towards CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown, Michael Gallup coming back. He's gonna try to get those guys involved. It's not gonna be enough touches to get around after the run game with Zeke and Pollard. So we're gonna see what's going on there. But I don't see too much for Dalton Schultz this week either. I would bench him. I'll find another option. The next guy on my list, my co-host had him on the starter. I got Tyler Higbee here, and that's why he's looking all crazy over here, looking at my motherfucking notes and shit. Stay out my business, bro. Stay out my business, bro. At the same time, look, Tyler Higbee. You know what I'm saying? What do you have? 14 targets last week. I don't see it this week, man. I saw it in person last week, guys. Dallas defense, I hate to say it, but Dallas defense is for real, man. They look all right. They look solid. You know, I mean. Look, like one of my notes on here says, everybody has solid games, some of the best players, but they all have down weeks. I think that this is gonna be Tyler Higbee's down week. I think they're gonna key in on it. The Cowboys are 7th best against tight ends in fantasy. Stafford's gonna be running for his life all game against that Dallas D line. I don't think that the Rams D line is going to be able to get it done. We saw what they did against San Fran on Monday on national TV. It didn't look good at all. So I think the game's going to be close. I think it's going to be low scoring, but 14 targets last week for Higbee is kind of crazy. That's Kelsey Andrews type level. So, and I don't see it from Higbee again. I don't think he's going to look his way 14 times again. That's crazy, bro.
I don't know. Week 1, he had 11. Week 2, 9. Week 3, he only had 4. But then week 3, he only had 4. Week 4, he had 14. My thing is, when it comes to tight ends, can you bench a tight end that has 9 or more targets in 3 out of 4 games.
You can't bench him. I'm not even saying bench him. I'm just saying sit him. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, it's like nobody
think he's gonna go out there.
Nobody's gonna start. Nobody's gonna sit. Nobody's gonna sit the guys on my list, bro. Nobody's gonna sit Christian McCaffrey.
I see what you say. You just
Nobody's
saying,
gonna
you
sit
just
those
saying,
guys.
Just saying
It's
they're
more just-
sittable. They're going to put up those kind of numbers. They're going to put up numbers.
These are if you have a super team. I've been seeing some super teams out there to where some people just how did you get Jonathan Taylor? How'd you get Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, and Devontae Adams? How is this possible? How'd you get Stephon Diggs and fucking and fucking Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor? How are those your guys? But I mean, at the same time, nobody out there watching the show is going to have those type of guys. I'm just saying these guys, you need to temper your expectations for the below average weeks for these guys. I mean, my stat sheet could look all red next week. This is what I do, man. This is what I do. This is what we do. This is what we do. We take the chances, and we call our shots. Yo, we deep dive into the numbers. It's more than just looking at the numbers. It's more than just knowing football and you know what's going to happen. So hey, it is what it is. All right, look, last guy on my list for the Titans is gonna be Robert Tonyan. My man Romeo Dobbs, Alan Lazard, those are the guys in the Packers passing game right now. I think that's who Aaron Rodgers is looking for, even in the red zone. I also think that this week is going to be a lot of Aaron Jones. A lot of people are taking away from the run game right now. Usually when you hear Aaron Jones really hasn't been doing anything, Aaron Jones goes off for about 3 touchdowns. and that's what happens. That's what it is. Like Aaron Jones Aaron Rodgers be like, oh, y'all think I'm about to throw for 3 touchdowns when it's just like, oh, play action. No, I'm really giving this ball to Aaron Jones for 40 yards in the TD. So
he'll throw 3 touchdowns to Aaron Jones.
Or
he'll throw
he'll throw 2 touchdown passes and Aaron Jones run 2 in. I mean, regardless, I think that it's going to be a lot of that in the red zone. Romeo Dobbs and Alan Lazard have been getting those quick little slants from the 5-yard line in the red zone. Hasn't been Robert Tonyan this year for some reason. So we'll see. I mean, early game, he might have a TD. He might sneak one in. It's an early game in London, so definitely be up. Set your alarm clocks for what 9:15. You want to catch this game at 9:30 on the East Coast.
They said last week that I think 60% of people in ESPN leagues started Alvin Kamara last week because they weren't up to change their
lineup. That's crazy. Yeah, you gotta make sure that you're awake, yo. Because I was one of those guys that
it's Sunday. What else are you doing?
Exactly.
Like what else are you
different
doing?
time zones and shit. Like
I was in a
big
totally
facts.
different time zone,
like-
and I still got up to bench him. Like, that's how serious this is. It's serious. Yeah. Like I was like, no, my body woke me
At
up.
4
but
o'clock.
If you are if you are a regular human being, you should not be sleeping past that time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you got to wake up and set your lineups, man. You got to be aware. You got to be tuned in. And this
that's just bad. That's just bad coaching.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? You think Bill
That's the
Belichick is
people who are
gonna
just like,
oversleep
hey.
before a game? What are you talking about?
Like the people who start Alvin Kamara just like fuck it. Like I don't even care right now. I don't care. I'm watching the games. Like I mean, no, I care enough to get points. I'm not taking a 0. But at the same time, he might sneak an early TD, and Robert Tonyan might sneak an early TD, and he might catch the Giants sleeping all in London. But at the same time, I don't see it. Giants are 6th best against tight ends this year, also in fantasy. So I would temper my expectations about Robert Tonyan. I mean, it's only a matter of time. He might get it this week because Aaron Rodgers is known for, defying the odds. They might be the number 1 against tight ends, and then Robert Tonyan has 60 yards and a touchdown. Who knows? But I would bet against the odds. I would bet with the odds right here and say Robert Tonyan doesn't score this week. You want TDs outside of the top guys like Kelsey and Andrews, and that's it. So I would definitely tell my expectations there for sure. On the defensive side of the ball, my sit-ems is going to be the Cardinals for sure. Number 1 against the Cardinals. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a field day with them. We can move on, man. AJ Brown's gonna do what he wants out there. I don't see it. They're not playing the Panthers this week. They're not playing Baker. They're playing a 4-0 team that's really they're coming in hot to Arizona. Like I'm trying to tell you, like Philly might win this game comfortably. I would bench the Bears defense against Minnesota. Minnesota's riding a high right now. I feel like they got their footing with that win over the Saints. Tough defense. They get the Bears, the division game. They're playing at Minnesota in the Dome. I feel like it's gonna be Justin Jefferson show. He just shat on Marshawn Lattimore. I think he shits on whoever's out there guarding him for the Bears. I think Dalvin Cook might get on track this game, but we're going to see. Hopefully his shoulder stays in place. We've got the Steelers at Buffalo. If you're still starting the Steelers defense, I feel sorry for you. But at the same time, I would not start him against Josh Allen, the number 1 offense in the league. You know, I think that Diggs is going to have a field day. I think Diggs gets back on track. Diggs has been silent for the last 2 weeks. So, hey, it's not like where did Diggs go? Diggs is still there. I think he's going to be ready. You like, oh, we got the Steelers this week. Cool. We back in Buffalo. Cool. Got a family coming to the game. Cool. You already know. I'm about to do my thing. There it is. I think Josh Allen throws for 3 or more touchdowns this week. And I will sit the Chargers defense. Now, a lot of people see Cleveland, they think slow pace, but at the same time, they got arguably the best running back in football right now. Nick Chubb running the ball. I ain't going to touch on Kareem Hunt because I don't think that I'm a Kareem Hunt owner, and I don't even think that he should be getting the ball the way that Nick Chubb's running the rock right now. I think it's going to be a slow paced game. I don't think it's going to be that many turnovers. Nick Chubb's not coughing the ball, not fumbling. They're going to be in a lot of 2nd and 4s, a lot of 3rd and 2 situations to where they can just dump it off to Njoku. I like Njoku this week too. That's why I don't got him on the list. But, you know, Amari Cooper might pop off because the Chargers are terrible in the secondary. Overall, the Chargers are not a good defense. The Chargers look really good on paper in the preseason.
Really good.
But look, Khalil Mack, Bosa, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. If you hear me, dog, like I'm like, yo, where y'all at? Y'all gotta step up and show us y'all are for real. Y'all going into Cleveland, y'all should dominate this game. But at the same time, I think that Nick Chubb can get the best of y'all. I think that Nick Chubb and that offensive line just going to manhandle y'all. And I think Nick Chubb goes all. I think he keeps it going. I think it's another 100+ touchdown game for him.
100%.
And that's what I got. Those are sit-ems this week. Y'all can call me out on it if y'all want. Y'all know where to find me on the Fantasy with SJT. Please subscribe. Let's go.
Facts. All right, that's going to do it for the Start Ems and the Sit Ems, and that's going to do it for the show. So definitely don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We're at the Fantasy on YouTube, and then, you know what I'm saying, follow us on all of our social medias. Also, we're on we got a live stream on Sunday where we go through kind of like everything last minute with all the games. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure you tap in with us on all platforms. We're doing this all year long, giving out Start Ems Sit Ems. We're giving out fantasy advice, fantasy analysis, everything like that. And you know what I'm saying? You can go back, check the content, man. We've been hitting a lot. Well, these guys specifically, you know what I'm saying, Twan and Sean, they've been hitting a lot. So you know what I'm saying, a lot of value in these episodes. You just got to tune in. But other than that, everybody have a good weekend. Everybody enjoy the games on Sunday and shit. Tomorrow night, definitely gotta get my little same game parlay in for the Thursday.
For sure.
You know
we
what I'm
all
saying?
do. We all do.
For sure. So everybody have a good one. We're gonna see y'all next week.
You're safe.
Now y'all know me. I come in. I'm confident. Thank you. We're gonna see.